you really have to pay dart charge penalty notices? Let's look at what the dart charge is, how you can pay a fine, and how you might be able to appeal against it. The Dartford crossing was originally 1, then 2 tunnels before being expanded to include the short Queen Elizabeth II suspension bridge as well. Since 2014, the toll booths were removed, meaning on-site cash payment is no longer possible, being replaced by automatic number plate recognition, or ANPR, which require an online payment or cash payment at a local pay zone store. In the first year after removing the booths, a staggering 1.8 million tickets were issued. There are a few reasons you might have got a fine from the Dartford crossing. The most common is simply crossing, then forgetting to pay later. The dart charge scheme allows users to either prepay or pay by midnight the day after a crossing. It's not a set length of time like 24 or 48 hours, meaning if you cross in the morning, you'll have a little longer to pay than if you crossed in the afternoon. This can cause confusion and lead to a lot of cases of people attempting to pay for their crossing too late. Additionally, the crossing is free between 10 PM and 6 AM, but as congestion can be so bad at the crossing, it's easy for those attempting to cross before 6 to be held up and not actually pass the ANPR camera until after 6 AM, triggering a charge that they weren't expecting. The signage at the Dartford crossing is confusing at best, not telling you which website to visit to make your payment. This has caused a number of motorists to accidentally pay the London congestion charge instead of the dart charge. This is a really gutting one, as you'll have already paid a significantly more expensive congestion charge and then received a fine for an unpaid Dartford crossing. Since the inception of the dart charge, motorists have complained of being charged twice for a single crossing, or that they forgot to pay on time, which resulted in a penalty charge. The most significant complaint motorists have made was that they made the correct payment only to get a dart charge a few weeks later. As a result, a confirm payment system is in place, giving a cross-reference number once you make your one-off payment and providing information on the time and date of your initial crossing. Vital if you need to dispute the penalty charge later on. If you do receive a dart charge penalty charge notice, even if you're sure it's not valid, then whatever you do, don't try to ignore it. If you do ignore a dart charge PCN, then after 28 days, the council will send out a formal notice called a charge certificate. This notice won't just inform you that you missed the payment deadline, it'll also increase your fine by 50%. You'll only get 14 days to pay this, or a court order will be issued, which could then result in the use of a bailiff. It's important to also remember that if you pay a council PCN within 14 days of receiving the fine, you'll be able to get a 50% reduction in the fee. So if you don't actually have a good reason to appeal, you might just want to pay up sooner. So how do you actually appeal a dart charge PCN? You will initially be appealing to Dart Authority themselves within 28 days of receiving the initial charge. To actually make your appeal, you'll need the PCN number from your ticket. With this, you should be able to access the appeals section of the authority's website and submit your information there. If this appeal is rejected, then you'll have one more opportunity to appeal, this time to an independent adjudicator, the details of whom will be on your first rejection letter. Without a doubt, the hardest part of all of this is writing the letter itself. You'll need to gather up all the information and evidence that you think is in your favour and lay it out clearly for an authority to judge. You're not allowed to edit or change your appeal after it's submitted. Therefore, it's important to take your time beforehand and prepare your appeal and include everything that you need for it to be successful. If you're finding it hard to know what to say or what evidence you should include, then a popular option is to consult a solicitor who can help to make your appeal airtight. There's many online solicitors that work out cheaper and easier than meeting in person. JustAnswer, for example, only costs £5 for a trial. And I know a guy who saved over £270 on his ticket doing this. I've linked that offer in the description, and if you use that, you'll also be supporting Money Nerd. So thank you.